Hi everyone, I'm Brenna Noyes, and this week we are going back to the classics with the 1982 rom-com Tootsie. Now, I didn't know much about Tootsie before watching it this week. The only thing I knew about it was that it was adapted into a musical and that there was some controversy surrounding the story. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the movie through the lens of a 22-year-old Gen Zer watching it for the first time.
Tootsie, take 10.
Ron, my name is Dorothy. It's not Tootsie or Toots or Sweetie or Honey or Dow.
Oh, Christ.
Tootsie is a romantic comedy directed by Sydney Pollack and starring Dustin Hoffman and Jessica Lange. It centers Dustin's character, Michael, who is a struggling actor with a reputation for being pretty hard to work with. He adopts a new identity as an older woman named Dorothy in order to land a job at a soap opera, and things start to get complicated when he starts to fall for his co-star, Julie Nichols, played by Jessica Lange. Overall, I have mixed emotions when it comes to this movie. I did think the acting was fantastic, and I thought that Dustin Hoffman and Jessica Lange did amazing with what they were given, especially Jessica Lange. I'm used to seeing her play more crass and blunt characters, like in her recent work in American Horror Story and The Politician, so it was really fun to get to see her play a more soft-spoken and sweet but still tough character. I also thought that Dustin Hoffman did a great job at bringing this relatability to a not very likable character, and I also thought that he was very funny, and that's another positive of the film. I did think that the film was funny and had good comedic timing. The problem that I had with the film is the ideas that they had to use in order to get a laugh didn't exactly sit right with me. I know the 80s was a much different time when it came to what was considered socially acceptable for comedies. Watching it now in 2020, the story hasn't aged very well, and it did feel a bit insensitive and naive. When the movie was adapted into a musical in 2019, a controversy arose on Twitter claiming that besides the outdated man in a dress comedic trope, Tootsie also relied on ideas of sexism, homophobia, and transphobia just in order to get a laugh. And personally, I've never been a huge fan of plots that relied on the protagonist tricking or manipulating other characters to achieve a goal anyways, so the entire premise of the movie wasn't exactly my favorite to begin with. And I also did not find Michael's character likable at all, which is fine. Protagonists do not have to be likable. Some of my favorite characters in other movies and shows aren't likable, but I didn't find Michael worthy to be rooting for. I didn't want him to end up with the girl. I thought the girl was way too good for him. I think the girl does not deserve someone who manipulated her for over a year. And when I was watching it with my mom, we had different takes on this. She was kind of rooting for them to get together, and I was kind of mad that they ended up together. I thought that she should just leave him and never talk to him ever again. I'm not sure if that's a generational thing or a personal thing, but it was interesting to see our different takes on the movie. Overall, I definitely understand why the movie was such a hit in the 80s, but personally, it just wasn't one of my favorites, and I don't think I'll be revisiting the movie. So thank you guys for joining me on this Back to the Classics with Tootsie.